And 3, 2, and 1. Should be all live. If you didn't know, I've been doing these live, so you can always join in. I'll try to read your comments as I go, but I do try to go through these kind of quick, as that's the point. Anyway, welcome to Board Me Up, where I hunt out the latest in board game releases so you don't have to. And today we got big news. Actually, it started yesterday. A couple big projects launched. One in particular, very big project, already funded over $1 million. So the big news today, a lot of stuff going on. That's the time of year. Kickstarter is starting to get nuts now. So without further ado, let's jump into the latest releases. All right, so starting with this one, this is a Nordic visual novel, not very tabletop based, so I just wanted to take a really quick glimpse through it. You know, visual novels can be related, right? And that's it. It's kind of anime stylish. So, all right, moving onward from that. Just had to satisfy my curiosity, and I do it with you guys because I figure, you know, we probably have similar interests. Okay, and next we have Origins, the Origins Exquisite Functional Board Game Table. So yet another board game table company launched. Company and table. Yeah, this is their first created on Kickstarter. I really like the wood on this one, this example piece right here in the image or in the video thumbnail. What's new about this one? It looks stockier than the other ones. We've seen a lot of wood choices, so it's going to be expensive. Let's see what we have on Kickstarter or for pledges, starting at $1,500. Yep, makes sense. Hey, if I had a house, I'd consider this. So do check it out. I wonder if how much it's going to be funded. I mean, all of them have been funded thus far, and they keep coming out, and people just have money. So I think I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I might not make a final review when it's in its last hours, as, you know, whatever. But I'm just curious myself about how high this will jump. Next, moving onward, we have Enchanted New York, the game. A live game where 100 players make 7 magical objects and bring them to Manhattan locations, competing to find a lost tarot card. Okay. I like the sound of mystery here. Magical objects. What does this all look like? Hey, I have that old deck. It was a gift. Interesting story behind that. Anyway, let's move along. Okay. Where's the game? So we got cards. Okay. And I don't think there's a video. We gotta have a video. And there is a video. Let's see real quick, just because we didn't get much information. But again, there are big projects that launched. One in particular, we'll be going deeper in that one.
Until November of 1909, when artist Pamela Coleman Smith wrote to avant-garde photographer and gallerist Alfred Stieglitz to tell him the weight in 10 Mannahatta and a custom all around.
Interesting. I love the idea of live games that take place in a city or somewhere and people actually from all over participate in it. That's a very cool idea. They might not fund though. Probably not. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do anything living here. I don't know if you have to be local. I don't have time to look into it right now. But if you're interested, do check it out. Anyway, I have a feeling this may not fund, but good luck to the project creators. I really like that idea. Plus, with phones these days and apps and location registration, we can do a lot of cool stuff like that, and we should be seeing more cool stuff like that. All right, Grave Matters, a new skeletal expansion for Mörk Borg. If you have Mörk Borg, this is a new expansion for it. I like the three-tone kind of style and art style they go with this whole project. No video, so there you have it. If you're interested, check it out. I'll probably close this one out. It's a digital booklet, over 30 pages. If you have the game, if you've played it, if you're interested, check this out. All right, moving along. We have Napoleon's Imperium, a 2 to 8 player game pitching 8 empires of Napoleonic wars into 2 alliances in an epic struggle for Europe. Okay, so what do we have here? Game components, battlefield game map. Okay. And decks of 80 points. Okay, so 160 cards there, then another point. Okay, so let's see, what do we have here? So it looks like you're divided into 2 teams. It was saying 2 alliances, but it's 2 to 8 players. I think it's going to be in multiples or something like that. Okay, Napoleonic War. Let's see, it's doing all right so far. It's a little project. It's not their first, not by far. These guys have created a lot of, looks like, smaller scale games. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on this. We'll check back on it in its last days. Let's see how we're doing live. Everything's good. Moving along. Next is memory decompression. Okay, 2 things speak to me here because obviously the thumbnail doesn't look that professional. It's a smaller scale, lower budget, right? But 2 things speak to me, and that's solo, 3 things: solo, survival, and miniatures. Game book, but solar, survival, and miniatures. Really, that I'm solo is my main area of interest in these things usually, and survival. I love the theme of survival and a good theme of survival in the game. And then miniatures. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here real quick. So it's a booklet. Okay. Yeah, well, it said it's booklet, but looks like it actually has terrain in it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, all right. So we have some images here. Looks like you're this lady. What's the point of these images? These miniatures. Her going in the quicksand, 3 different steps. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's see, terrain tile sample. Yeah, so the terrain tiles are in the booklet. They're looking good. I don't know, it seems interesting. Yeah, the GIFs are showing decently what's going on. Some things are not explained clearly enough, quick enough. How to play as a general rule. You will have a board to the left presenting the room. Okay, and then special conditions and rules. Okay, some sort of, I wouldn't say jaws of the lion, but in a little bit of a way. Let's see real quick what it has to present us with. Okay, nothing more than what we saw below. No narration. If you already made a video, I suggest you put a little bit of narration in there if you can, or hire someone cheap to do that. Okay, first created. I'm still kind of liking it. I wish it was a little bit higher, maybe production, but the tiles look good, and the miniature's fine. I'm just curious what the steps are. I'll look into this deeper in about 16 days, and we'll see if it's gonna fund. Usually I don't support projects, I don't showcase projects which will probably not fund, as it's a waste of time, so they'll usually relaunch and then fund, but I'm hoping this one will, and I'm just intrigued. Okay, and I want to read what people say in the comments and stuff. Moving onward, Runelords, the board game. Okay, hex-based skirmish board game for 1 to 4 players. Okay, it's got solo. I'm interested. Based on the world of best-selling fantasy series, the Runelords. Okay, really, best-selling fantasy series. These guys launched at a bad time. Bad time as a big couple. Well, big projects. A couple big projects are up right now. It's just a tricky time to launch right now. How long is their timing? 29 days, so it's long good. Looks like they're not doing too well though. They're not even at 50%, but they did just launch, so we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like we got standees, we got cards, we got playmat here with terrain. Actually, I like that setup. I wonder how many boards we get. Let's take a look real quick. How long does it play also? Let's see. It has 45 to 180 minutes. Okay, that's quite a range. I'd say that's a lot of the games out there. That's a pretty realistic range, and I like that. They're clear about it. I don't like when the people say, projects say 45 minutes gameplay, and then I play solo, because solo takes me forever usually. And I play, and it's like 3 hours. So let's be realistic here. I'm fine with that. Spend your available action points. Okay. All right, so you move around like that. Let's see, what do you get in the box? Is this what you get in the box? Gotta have a good picture of what we get in the box. Okay, this is play setup. But what's in the box? Core components. Okay, so we got a standee with the card supporting it. Cool, nice and simple. I like that. Nothing too huge. Okay, we're in double-sided play mats. Player mats, so there's 4 of these mats. And journey, tarot-sized journey cards, so big cards. Decently big cards. And then tokens and all that other stuff. Okay, oh, the battlefields. Okay, let's take a look at that. Side A, the village. I like that. This looks fun to walk around. I haven't seen board games with this. I don't know, it just looks very pleasant. The hexes... Okay, it's interesting how they did that there. Maybe to make that clear. Okay, so the hexes are everywhere. Okay. Okay, that looks fun. But how many are there? Looks like it's 1 double-sided. Side A, side B. Yeah, so it looks like it's 1 double-sided. Is that enough? I guess it's enough. You could do a few things here. Nice for expansion. Okay, and it's from Runelords, which I don't know much about, but apparently it's a big fantasy deal. Okay, I'll be keeping an eye on this. I think they'll, I don't know. It's hard to say where they'll get. Okay, good luck on this project. Next is Castles of Mud, Ludwig. Did I just say Mad? Mud? Okay, Mad King Ludwig Collector's Edition. Let me just say that I've been composing a list of top games just from going from countless reviews. Again, saving you the time too, but mainly myself. On the greatest games for 2 players and then solo. And this game, Castles of Mad King Ludwig, if you do play 2 players and you're looking for quality 2-player games, do look into this one. This one's already been out for a while. It's pretty high on my list for 2 people, but I'm not in any rush to get 2-player games. I'm more of in a rush with games that are at least solo and up, as I can always get those to the table. 2-player is a little tricky for me to get to the table, but if it's not for you, do look into this one. Other games, of course, if you're new to board gaming, Ticket to Ride, Azul, those were my first to introduce my other half to board gaming, but Castles is up there. So since I don't own the original, I don't really have a reason to jump into collectors. I haven't played it yet. So probably if not much interest for me, I'll keep this up. It's already funded over 500,000. It's, like I said, it's a game that's well reviewed out there. So if you're looking for something nice to play with a friend or your partner, this is a good game for it. And ooh, it does look lovely. It does look really lovely. I'll have to check this game out. This looks really nice. I like the 3D components here. It's a good looking game. It's a good looking game and it plays well. It's got a lot going for it. Are there any stretch goals? Let's look through that, since all the news is pretty good about it here, pertaining to it. Okay, stretch goals here. Grand empty hall, purple cabinet. Do we have any more stuff beyond the original base game play? Matching foyer. So a lot of upgrades. Courtyard decree, office studio, painting room and solar room. I don't know if this is actual new content or just upgrades. There might be a little bit of new content. Okay, so there you have. If you're a fan of the game, big fan, then consider it. Very cool. What's inside? There we go. Okay, very nice. Nice page too. Nice Kickstarter. 16 created. All right, moving onward. The Concealment Society solo. We haven't hit our big project yet, so hang in there. There are still a couple bigger ones that I wanted to look at. Okay, the Concealment Society. This is, sorry, I hit the mic. A solo journaling game about managing and hiding weirdness in this world, and it has funded. Sometimes these types of games don't fund. This producer has experience. Lewandowski, cool. Sounds like he's Polish, so greetings. Dzień dobry. Witam. Okay, no more images here. I'll look at this one more at the end. Damn, there's no video. You gotta have a video. You would have doubled your money by now if you had a video. You gotta have your video. Anyway, I'm kind of interested. When I'm kind of laying back on the couch, I sort of don't want to bend, forward and play on a table. I just want to relax and watch an easygoing movie in the background and play something that I can hold and not necessarily have to have laid out on the table. I'm looking for something like that too, and maybe this is something like that for me. Yeah, so it's all solo. Okay, saving that one. We'll check it out in the last days. It does have 14 days to go if you are interested. Okay, these are just dice. It's those other style dice that you kind of roll. I was curious how this Kickstarter's doing, as a lot of this stuff launches, and I'm always looking out at stuff like this to consider for myself even to do a Kickstarter on. So I'm just curious how it's doing, and it's doing really well. Again, it's crazy how many dice projects come out and how they all get funded really well too. Okay, yeah. I mean, we've had stuff like this in Kickstarter, but not lately. So they launched it at a good time, and yeah, $64,000. All right, closing that out. Let's move along. Allie Hoopster, the Sick Shot Trick Shot. Ooh, say that fast. The Sick Shot Trick Shot Kit. Become a next trick shot superstar by using launcher backboards and trick. Okay, anyway, so this looked more like a toy than a board game to me. So when there's a cool toy coming out or something, a little game, I'm always curious to check that out and give it a quick look. It's just a fun project to see. Okay, so it looks like it bounces off of something. I just saw some people at City Park here, playing some game where they bounce a ball off of a trampoline, and I don't know. But I figured it's probably Kickstarter based, so you guys can see what's going on here. Anyway, not quite a tabletop game, so I won't be saving it. But there you have it. You know, I like stuff like this that launches, because we need to keep pushing the market and different innovative ideas. It might launch. Looks like it'll probably launch. Yeah, so well done on that. All right, moving along. Let's close that one out. Okay, this one, the image looks wonderful to me. I haven't looked into it at all, and it's not funding well. It's about over halfway funded, and it just launched, so, and it has 22 days. I'm thinking it'll probably hit its goal. You know, before spoiling it, looking down, let's just spoil it by skipping through the video here.
You control 6 underwater
nice
factions
hexes.
and vie to control the
Underwater
most underwater
factions.
territory.
Okay, territories.
And having the majorities in the capital tiles direction each round.
Looks like creatures fighting one another.
Having the majorities in the capital game track the game's success.
So Animal Kingdom.
Successfully deploy your underwater minions, gain favor, and be
Cool. So animals kind of fighting over territory and such. It is 2 to 6 player. Oh, it doesn't have solo. Ah, shucks. 45 to 60 minutes. What else? So pretty average length here for this size of game. You got cards, tokens. Okay, artwork. Looks simple and fun, which I'm totally okay with. Anything else I'm looking for? How about price? It is going for $39. Get decent price too. And it does have an expansion. Okay, already. Or a couple. Okay, stretch goals. What did that say? Nothing yet. Well, they didn't hit anything yet. They should put a teaser up though. Okay, I'll be saving this one just because it looks good. I like it. Really nice artwork on the box. Very nice marketing as far as design goes. Okay, let's move along. Okay, now what's ending soon? Well, not what's ending soon, actually. What just launched again? Because this Call of Madness, I mentioned it in the previous video. Actually, they canceled a little while ago, but they already relaunched. So let's close that out and take a look at their relaunch. So they just launched again. They over doubled. They launched yesterday along with another huge game. This one, which we'll talk about next. Goodness, almost $2 million on that one. Anyway, these guys did awesome. 12 days to go, $31,000, 1 to 4 players. It does have solo mode, and it's a Lovecraftian theme. I was really thinking I did look into this one because I was, as initially said, looking into this one. So what it is, it looks like it's a card, what do you call it? Card deck building. A game partially deck building and partially a little bit of tower defense. You play as the cultists instead of the investigators, so you're on Cthulhu's side. You're on the Lovecraftian side, which is cool. So it does have some attractive points to it. I have watched some reviews, a little bit of gameplay I've listened to. I'm not that good at listening to gameplay. I don't like sink into it right away and like know what's going on. I kind of zoom out here and there. It's very hard for me to pay attention to gameplay presentation unless I just sit down and stare at it and really try to focus. I'm sure the majority of us are like that. It's only the diehard people, I think, that really get that. Okay, so anyway, watching previews, reviews, I noticed there's nothing really that amazing about it. There's good things said about it. There's a little bit of some things that maybe will be cleared up when it's finally launched, but it didn't it wasn't that great, any reviews or that spectacular. So I'm deciding that it's a good way for me that's enough for me to save money, because I'm always looking to save money, right? But I'm always looking for a good game. It's always a battle. So any reasons I can find to save money, that's always, I totally appreciate and look for that. And I think on this one, they did have a 48 hours deal. So right now they still have an early bird you can jump on where you can get the game. It's $49. It's not expensive. I definitely suggest you check it out. I don't have any deck building games yet, and I have ones on my list that are really high that I still need to check out, along with a Lovecraftian one too. That's another reason why I'm not going to get it. But let me see, where's that 48-hour deal? I want to show you what you get. Okay, so if you back now, you know what? If you're unsure, back it just to get your position, and in 12 days, you can decide if you want to keep it. You can cancel it. There's no punishment. I don't think there's a fee, even if you put in money and then you cancel it, because they don't take your money yet, So get in on a position on early bird right now in English. Make sure you get the English one if you're English or speak English. Right here, $49. Because with the early bird, I really like what they did, because you don't get a discount on the game. What you do get is you get the art book, copy more game, and so you get an art book, you get custom solo mode dice, specific dice, and what else do you get in that early bird? I thought there was something more. So that's pretty cool. You get an art book. I really like that, because if you miss out on the early bird, it's like you don't get the art book. Yeah, but you still get most, if not all, the game components and the same price. So like I really like how they did that, how they threw in the book, because it's really cool to get the book, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. So anyway, I recommend you jump on this, hold it. I'm pretty sure I won't be backing it, so I'm not even going to jump in. But if I wouldn't be sure a little bit more, I would grab it right now and decide in 12 days if I'm going to keep that pledge. Okay, guys, these guys launched at a really unlucky time. I feel sorry for them. They still did very well, but because Primal Awakening just launched yesterday exactly at the same time as these guys relaunched, and Primal is doing well. Since yesterday, they've raised almost $2 million, $1.6 million, 6,000 backers. Look at that. If these guys would have waited, obviously they didn't know. And look, the other thing that's so unlucky is these guys are running for 12 days. This huge project is running for 12, 13 days. So almost exactly the same timing. So this project's going to hog up all those backers and that funding. So I feel sorry for them. They're still doing really well considering what's going on. But I'd say, especially in my perspective, these two projects are a couple of the best, as well as Darwin's Journey over here, which is almost at 1 million. But yeah, so I'm sorry, guys. You launched at a really unlucky time, right when this big one launched. But let's take a look at that one. So Primal, The Awakening, is the game that is the most like, or very similar to, the video game of Monster Hunter. Let's take a look at it real quick. won't be looking too much at the video. I'll be going in deeper, or my final thoughts on it in 12 days. That's an interesting marketing move, you know, when companies do that, because it keeps them hot the whole time. If they do like 20 days, there's a period where they're, you know, silenced and other things go up. Nice setup here, digital setup. Let's see. Okay, so here's some reviews by a couple of channels that I like to watch and others. And I have watched them talk about it. This is everything you get. So first, let's talk about the price. It is not cheap. It's a $170 game. Right now, actually, they just had a early bird yesterday that ended after the first 24 hours. Sorry, I didn't mention it here first. I should be daily. I will be daily if more people watch this stuff. But it was an early pledge, an early bird for the all-in pledge. So most of us, well, I don't know. I wasn't getting in on it because that's $291. All in right now is $299, right? No, $303, and it was for $291. So you kind of saved a few bucks there. But that's for all in, so you get all the expansions they released, everything. But if you don't even know how the game plays, I mean, it's probably better you just get the regular pledge. And they didn't have an early bird on this, so you didn't miss out on anything if you're just interested in the regular core pledge, which I am. More so. All right, so hearing good things about it in reviews. It does have solo mode, 1 to 4 players, 30 minutes, I think, per player. Cool. That's pretty quick. I like that. 14 ages and up. I think it may be even a little lower. But a few things go on in it. It does have campaign mode, expedition. It does have one-shots, which is cool, which, you know, again, separates a little bit from Kingdom Death Monster, because this is what it's mostly compared to, as Kingdom Death. I already have one boss battler game on the way, which is Aeon Trespass. I'm really excited about that one. Probably my most anticipated game that I funded. But this one looks great. Look at everything you get for $170. This is everything you're getting. All these big monsters. You play on this, Matt. Okay, so let's go through it real quick. I don't know if I should spend the time on it right now or at the end. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to fund it. And I think I probably am. This is what you get in the box. You get 4 heroes that you can play with. So unlike Kingdom Death, where you have survivors and they're different and they keep dying off, and the bad side of Kingdom Death, you don't have that here. You have these heroes. So you have this guy. Actually, I haven't looked at these guys in depth. This guy with a great sword, oversized weapons. I'm not usually into that, but in this game I'm okay with, because these aren't regular weapons. These are weapons that you fashion from the monsters that you kill. Again, like Monster Hunter. You have this bow lady, great bow. Then you have this hammer guy, huge hammer. My goodness, that's pretty cool, actually. And he looks cool. Each one just looks cool. Each character, you know? It's not some just derpy, good-looking young guy. Sorry to anime stuff. And then we have sword and shield guy. All right. Great mix. We got hammer, sword and shield, sword and bow. Okay, the monsters. You get big monsters here. They're big boss monsters. And you get a lot of them. So you get 1, 2... Okay, you got this one, 3, this rock-headed one, 4, 5, 6, and they all have different themes. Like this is a crystal-themed one, 6, I think. This is a water-themed one, underwater, 7. I really like that crab. 8, no, I lost count. 8, I think, yeah, here, with the electric theme now, electricity theme. 9, look at that, remind you of Pacific Rim. 10, 11, this guy, I think these are like rock based or something, or snowy, or I'm not sure. There's like elements, so you, whatever number I said, that's what you get in the base game. But they're big miniatures. Okay, something I want to point out that nobody has, I've seen in the video yet. When I'm looking at these, okay, these hero sculpts look great to me. No problem there, looking good. But when I'm looking at these big models, like this digital sculpt image, they're not looking that great because remember, these are big miniatures. If this miniature right here was a 32 millimeter, like it actually measures 32 or 50 millimeters, this detail is as much as you can pretty much fit on it. But these guys measure like 2 inches, 3 inches, and the amount of details I'm seeing here is kind of not that much on some of them. Like this, like it looks a little chalky, a little soft, a little blocky. Same with this one. It looks a little too toyish than like a quality detailed miniature. And, you know, I don't want to say this because I haven't seen anybody. It really looks cool. I like the monsters. I'm just thinking maybe these digital images aren't showcased in the best way. I'm sure the miniatures actually look better. But to be honest, with the scale and size that they are, they're not that detailed. I've seen like ether fields or games like that, smaller miniatures that look really detailed and with a lot of stuff going on. These look, I mean, this is a big miniature, and if it's going to be smooth like that, yeah, I'm a little worried about that, to be honest. And that's it. They're a little bit too toyish and detail. I want to make sure these miniatures look better. So what do you get? You get crafting, right? So when you kill a monster, you get crafting stuff, and you can craft your weapons. And I really like this. Like you get the sword, but you can up level it, the hammer, your armor. That's really cool. I mean, we have stuff like that in Kingdom Death, but not to this limit. This is a lot more attractive to me, how you can upgrade things. And then you don't have a colony too, stuff like that. It looks a little quicker paced, not so in depth on the rules. It still has a lot going on, it seems. And then this is your player board. It's pretty small. You put your miniature right in the middle here. It's, yeah, it's not too bad at all. These are expansions. So if you do get the all-in pledge, you get an expansion with these 2 heroes or 3 heroes. This monster looks pretty awesome. It'd be awesome to paint, I think. And this one, my goodness, this is probably the first expansion I would get. First, I'd want to see how the game plays before I get expansions. If I spend that much money on a game, later I'm fine with paying full price for expansions. That's my thinking behind all this. That's why I don't get it all in on a game. As like Kingdom Death, like I played it for a while and I was thinking, you know, I should get expansions, but then after playing it for too long, I was like, I don't want to touch that game too much for a little while. So there's no point in spending all the money on expansions there, and they're so overpriced. I don't know. They're very highly priced. So play a game first before you spend too much money in it. There's so many games out there, and you should be picky on them. So I went in pretty in depth on this one since it just launched. I usually do that when a game is in its last days. Final verdict, I think I'm probably going to fund this. At least I'm going to put a hold on it. I'm going to get the core pledge here. Yeah, I'm going to jump in on this one, I think, and decide. Because, I don't know, it looks very, very fun. I just really hope these miniatures are going to be decent. Like, I mean, again, look at the heroes. These are smaller miniatures, right? Look at the details. Look at how much stuff. It's a different sculptor, or maybe it's the same sculptor and they're just not that good with creatures. But look at all this stuff. The beard, the braiding in the beard, the chainmail armor, everything, like everything going on is so highly detailed and it's so tiny, right? But then you got these huge monsters. Where's that tiny detail? It's all like fat detail. It looks like it's going to be made in cheaper plastic or, you know, resin or whatever. You know, it really lacks there, or they just look unfinished. So yeah, and that's the main point, right? Your heroes and the monsters, you really want them to look good, and they look just a little too toyish. I'm not saying they look really bad, but it's got me a little worried. That's it, guys. What else is ending soon? Well, CMON presents the animation collection. You know, I'm kidding. You know, a lot of people, if I had kids, I'd probably get one of these. I don't, which is nice. I can save a lot of money too. It's funding really well. Check it out if you're interested in either Looney Tunes Scooby-Doo or Teen Titans Go. it's going to be CMON. It's going to be quality. It's going to be nice stuff and probably a decent game. What else is ending soon? This is the last time I'll mention it. It's got 56 minutes to go. Oh, it's almost done. Okay, I thought that was hours. 23 hours to go. Runes of Zune. This is the game that's if it says if Magic, you know, the Gathering, and Uno combined, this would be the game, and that sounds cool. I'd take a deeper look into it if I had more family to play with. Otherwise, for my own tastes and such, I look for, you know, more adultish or more strong themed game, fantasy or sci-fi or whatever, and miniatures. And does it have solo? Let me check if it has solo. How much is it going for? New expansion, both expansions. How much is the game? The game is $30. How many players? Why isn't it on the top? 1 versus 1. Okay, so 2 players and up. Yep. 2 players and up. So there you have it. Moving onward. I think that's it for today. Let me see how long we've been going. Probably a long time. Yep, 35 minutes. This one's ending later. I think this has enough info. So probably we'll be getting this one and not this one. Call of Madness. The other stuff I'm not sure, because there's also, I'll shout out since we're already deep into this, the other big game that's ending soon, which I mentioned already earlier, and that is Darwin's Journey. Almost $1 million funded. This looks beautiful. It's cheaper, which is nice. It's $55, so I might have to spend $55 and another $170. That's a lot. And then shipping for all that. I don't know, guys. What are you going to do? Let me know. But that's what's going on Kickstarter. It's starting to get hot. It's that time of the year. It's, you know, after the slow season. Actually, this should be about slow season still, but Kickstarter doesn't wait. It's just going to be getting crazier and crazier getting into March. So a lot of stuff going to be coming. Good luck. Good luck saving your money. Good luck on the FOMO. This is it for me. We'll see what happens next, and you've had my verdicts. I like to hear your thoughts about everything. Thanks for watching, and if you're a game creator and you saw your game in here, I know a lot of the smaller ones will catch my videos. Good luck, you know. Well done launching anything. Give me a shout out here. Let me know your thoughts, share in the comments, and I'll respond in the next video. All right, until next time, continue or have fun gaming, whatever. I still need a good ending.